Alright, we got another YouTuber here. We got Sleep Token. We are back. It's been a while since I did a full album listening, so today we're doing This Place Will Become Your Tomb. It was released back in 2021, so we're getting pretty close. I think we have like 3 or 4 albums left in total to listen to and go through. But I have been enjoying this journey as much as you guys have been as well, it seems. I've been reading a lot of your comments, and I really appreciate all the love and support you've been giving this little series. So without further ado, let's just get right to it. We're going to be starting off with Atlantic. Let's see what Atlantic sounds like. Also, I took your advice into consideration, and now we have a much bigger screen. Okay, let's get it. Wordplay. Alright, midway chat point. I was listening closely just now just to make sure I wasn't getting like external noises coming through. Kind of sounds like my heater's kind of rumbling or whatever. But it was actually the low reverberations of like the vocals. There seems to be like this choir-esque humming at the very bottom, very low end of the song. Very piano ballady. It's very obvious, but it's a little different than what I was expecting. So far, most of the intros are very much a indication of what the entire album is going to sound like. So if the intro is very melodic and super dark, it gives a good introduction to the rest of the album. In terms of like where it's gonna go, the rest of the album kind of follows suit. If it's a more chaotic intro, the album tends to have a lot more chaotic vibes to it through all the elements of the instruments and whatnot. But so far, this one is just almost monotone in the context of like he's really sticking with just the piano so far. Obviously it's like a midway checkpoint, so, and it's a 5-minute song, so there's a very real possibility that, you know, somewhere along here, you see, most replayed, I just guessed that point, but most replayed probably is a high point in terms of like maybe drums will be introduced or something. Or this could be just similar to his other outros. Some of the outros he's had are very piano, one voice emphasis. But so far the lyrics though, I like the lyrics so far from what I've been picking up. I think it's gonna have a lot of lore in it, so I'm looking forward to just like reading through what the lyrics are and giving you my interpretation of what I'm gathering. So here we go, continuing. Very atmospheric. There it is. Okay, 2's going kind of crazy. Is this like a 2 album? Is this a 2 album? Are we gonna get to hear more of 2 like going crazy on the drums? Because I feel like that was lacking in the last few videos that I did, where we didn't get a lot of highlights of 2 just going crazy on the drums. Like there were some good drum moments, but the other 2 albums felt like it was more so about the storytelling. It was very much about getting painting a really clear picture and atmospheric, you know what I'm saying? So I was worried that this was just going to be another atmospheric album, but like I said, the intros are usually a good indication of what the rest of the album is going to sound like, which is great. So I'm thinking, yo, we're gonna get to hear some 2 going crazy this album or what? This is a great intro. I like what we're doing here. Pull it back just a little bit. Okay, I had to like that video. That was dope. That was really dope. I like the intro. Long, melodic, very atmospheric, pretty much continuing from the last album that we just had. Basically ushering in a new sound. Very progressive later on in the second half. A lot of experimental sounds, lots of synth. And then of course the hard hitting drums, lots of cool fills in there. Let's take a look at the lyrics. Let's take a quick look at the lyrics. See what's going on with Atlantic. A lot of water related references. Obviously that's why it's called Atlantic. So let's see. Okay, here we are. Atlantic. Sleep Token producer was George Lever. Okay. So he starts off, call me when they bury bodies underwater. It's blue light over murder for me. It's blue light over murder for me? Okay. Crumble like a temple built from future daughters. To wasteland when the oceans recede. Merry in the morning. Earn your bitter fodder. It's easier to try not to eat. So flood me like Atlantic. Bandage up the trenches. Anything to get me to sleep. Anything to get me to sleep. That's a great, little wordplay on that. I like that. Okay, here we go. So call me when they bury bodies underwater. Very straightforward. It's blue light over murder for me. Crumble like a temple built from future daughters. It's blue light. Blue light over murder for me. Well, blue light usually or am I thinking? Oh, you know that well, it looks kind of violet to me. You know that lighting that they use in a lot of forensics to reveal like blood on the dried up blood, or substances that are not visible to the eye. Is that's what I'm thinking he's doing for the blue light over me? But is it? Or am I supposed to be thinking it more like he prefers blue light over murder? Is it a preference thing, or is it like the blue light is over the murder for me? That he's already dead, and they're now, doing some detective work on the body. Or is blue light just not related to that at all? I don't know. Crumble like a temple built from future daughters. How? To wasteland when the oceans recede. How do future daughters build a temple? What? Merry in the morning. Earn your bitter fodder. It's easier to try not to eat. Okay, that could mean a few things. Merry in the morning. Earn your bitter fodder. It's easier to try not to eat. That's like you just go to work every day. It's easier to just like exist doing the same thing over and over again without really thinking about it too much. It's easier to just live as you do without taking in all the crap that's coming around you. That's the bitter fodder that's you have to live with. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm rambling already. It's only the first 4 lines and I'm already stumbling. What's happening? Let me lock in. Hold on, let me lock in. Wake up. So flood me like Atlantic. Bandage up the trenches. Anything to get me to sleep. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm lost. I'm lost already. It's the very first song, first verse. What, 8 lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 lines. I'm already lost. Let's see what verse 2 has going on. I woke up surrounded, eyes like frozen planets, just orbiting the vacuum I am. Ooh, that's clean wordplay. You get that? That's cool writing. Certified. They talk me through the damage, consequence and how it's a pain they know they don't understand. Sobbing as they turn to statues at the bedside, I'm trying not to crush into sand. So flood me like Atlantic, weather me to nothing, wash away the blood on my hands. Wow. Okay. Okay. So this one here, he drowns. He's drowning. I think the first verse he drowns or something like that. He almost dies, but they save him. He wakes up. He's in a daze. You know what I'm saying? His eyes are like frozen planets just orbiting the vacuum. That's such a great line. Oh my god. He's in a daze. He's a little cuckoo. Where am I? And then then the doctors are like, hey, yo, X, Y, and Z, you just got wrecked, broski. Lock in. We need you to come back. And we understand what you're feeling right now is temporary. We got morphine for that. You know what I'm saying? They're talking to the damage and how there's a pain they know they don't understand. You know, he's been unconscious. He probably saw the light and then just walked back. But they don't know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's like. A lot of people said they've seen God when they were, you know, in a coma or something. We don't know. As I don't. Neither do the doctors. But they understand that it's a pain. It's a pain that they're experiencing. So then his, I guess, friends and family or acquaintances are sobbing, crying as they are stunned, turned to statues at the bedside. And as he's seeing them, he's just trying not to dissipate. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I guess I gotta keep going. So he's like, flood me like Atlanta, weather me to nothing, wash away the blood on my hands. Now this is where I'm getting confused. Was this self-sabotage? Was this like a jump off the bridge situation? And he's like, that's why he said the first time, so flood me like Atlantic, bandage up the trenches, anything to get me to sleep. But this time he's like, I kind of forgot that there are people who actually like me and want me to be around. So wash away the blood that's on my hands, but it just happens to be my own blood. I'm just asking questions. So many questions. Or was it somebody else's blood? Did he actually commit murder over here? But he said it's blue light over murder for me. So he's not really into the murdering thing. But did it happen? Did he kill someone? Anyway, we get a nice little instrumental break. And it goes back. Call me when they bury bodies underwater. It's blue light over murder for me. Crumble like a temple built from future daughters to wasteland when the oceans recede. Oh, I'm reading it incorrectly. Crumble like a temple. Crumble like a temple built. And then from future daughters to wasteland when the oceans recede. So future daughters is a point. And the wasteland is the... So future daughters is the starting point and wasteland is the ending point. So can I actually read it backwards then? When the oceans recede, crumble like a temple built from the future daughters to the wasteland. Am I supposed to... Is that how I'm supposed to read it? Because that makes more sense in my head. Because it's a time. So when the ocean recedes, that's a time. That's a point in time. And what happens when when the oceans recede is that he crumbles like a temple. Crumbled like a temple that was built. And from this point in time, from future daughters to the wasteland. Well, not a point in time, the point in place. Future daughters, it might be a place. I don't know. I'm reading it. Am I reading into this too much? Somebody help me. Somebody help me in the comments. I'm losing it. I'm losing it right now. This is too much going on right here. And I know somebody in the comments is gonna be like, why don't you just click on these excerpts? You know, people have already explained this. What is the fun in that, bro? What is the fun in that? We will come back around. We'll do a loop-de-loop eventually when we're all done with every album. We'll do a loop-de-loop and we'll go through all the lore and stuff together. But for now, I'm building my own, you know, cases. That's the fun. We're having fun right now. This is insane. Okay. Let's internalize that. He may or may not have committed murder, and it may or may not be on himself. But what we do know is that he's not dead yet. He came back. He's still alive. He's still chasing sleep. He hasn't met up with her entirely as yet. In the last album, they were messing around. He was cheating, allegedly. Because from what I understood, he was with someone else in the living, but he was feeling real enticed by the dead. You know what I'm saying? This is his infatuation with life and death. So right now he was awake, which is life, and he was messing around with sleep. And in this point, he's like, hey, I think I like sleep a lot more. Let me sleep some more. I'm with you. I love sleeping. I don't do a lot of it, but I love sleeping. But not in your context, sir. I have so many questions. Let's see if the second song will give us the answers we're looking for. So we're going into Hypnosis. Let's load her up. Here we go. For this being the second song, it's a very stark difference between the first song and this song. If you were listening to this straight down without any interruptions, it would be a great sequel, I guess, to the ending part of the first song with that, you know, really cool drum sequence, lots of great fills. But this one is just like heavy, just a lot of overdrive, a lot of grit to it. Keep going. Ew! 2, you're doing too much. You're going crazy. Is it too much for 2? Is it too much? Nah, he's going crazy on them. I'm pulling that back. That was insanity. Okay, I gotta say, I like that. You like how like they just left the guitar on sustain and just let it like fall apart. I love how they use instruments to evoke what they're saying. This song is called Hypnosis. You can feel yourself just being taken away, like you're just losing yourself. What? With the guitar. What? Isn't that cool? Sorry. Just make me bleed. Give me all that I want. Just give me Whoa. Okay. That was sick. That was sick. Okay, so you got the instruments leaning into the whole hypnotic situation. You got the drums going crazy. Two was having a field day, but then you have the guitar basically doing somewhat of a hypnotic fall off sustain thing in the background, and you have like these eventually it just starts chanting. It starts chanting a hypnotizing kind of beat to it. It's like, oh, what a crazy song. But if what I've been saying about the intros is correct, I think this album is going to be very too focused. I think we're gonna get a lot of great drums going out through this entire album. I was worried that it was just gonna be a very, you know, like ballady album, which isn't a bad thing, but we already had that. I thought maybe this time around it would bring something different, something new, and kind of push the narrative to another place. And it seems like we're getting that. It seems like we're 100% getting that. So let's take a look at the lyrics very quickly. I say quickly, but depending on how crazy they look, it might not be that quick. But let's see what we got here. Okay, so it starts off. Wait, who's the producer? Another George. Okay, George seems to be like the main engineer and producer for Sleep Token, so that's cool. It's cool that they have like someone that understands the vibe they're going for, and they kind of just stick with that. So that even if they kind of veer off into a new genre, it's still pretty much the sound that they maintain. I like that. Anyway, starts off, lift, oh lift me out of my own skin, of all my doubt. Oh, and take from me, leave nothing left, take everything. Very straightforward, nothing crazy. And it goes into this verse 2. Sink your teeth, split my skin. No, just make me bleed. Oh, and give me all that I want. All that I want, just give me all. Okay, there we go. And of course, you hypnotize me always. This is the hypnotic spell. And in between the hypnotic spell, he goes, and you make it more than I could ever feel before. And you make it more than I can ever feel before. And I'm almost under the hypnotic spell. A very, very straightforward, nothing crazy about this one. Super simple. You've got me underneath your spell. But I mean, honestly, these kind of sound like something like if you like played any Game of Thrones or not Game of Thrones. What am I saying? God of War. But if you watch Game of Thrones, it sounds like something like a villain would say from like those very historical fantasy novels. Sink your teeth, split my skin. No, just make me bleed. Oh, give me all. And sorry, I'm not a voice actor. Let's move on. I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, very, very simple. We don't need to do too much analysis on that. I think it's pretty straightforward. Just bros underneath the spell right now. Which leads right into mine. So he was drowned in the Atlantic. He's been put underneath a spell in hypnosis. And now he is someone's. Or they're his. Oh, we don't know who mine is just yet. Mine, whose perspective are we getting from mine? Let's find out. It's a good thing I took a look over there. Okay. The audio will be a lot better now. I don't know what that was, but it seems like the compressor wasn't working before. So let's run it back. Okay, we had slight audio issues. I just realized that the audio from the music itself was coming in super, super low. We fixed that. So now we can get into mine. Here we go. I have waited, paralyzed by my own will, viciously reminding me still I'm born to believe, and I am certain, no, that you and I are crashing course, driven by a holy force. I know you can see Okay, so I may have forgotten to do like a mid-song check-in because I was kind of just jamming out the entire time. That's on me. My bad. That was on me. But like, don't blame me though. That was crazy. I loved every second of that, start to finish. That was just a really fun song to just be consumed by. My goodness. Mine. Not much notes on that. Nice progressive song. Love the little accents with the drums, but it was more so the guitar that was just doing it that entire song. And I love the vocal stacks that he did for this particular track, especially along the end. You can definitely hear how he doubled a lot of his vocals. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, that was fantastic. Mine. Let's see the lyrics for Mine. I feel like it had a lot of good context in it. So let's see here. Who was it written by? Well, produced by, I should say. Produced by Mr. George. I think he's done the entire album at this point. I don't even think I need to really like ask that question anymore. Verse 1 goes, I've waited, paralyzed by my own will, viciously reminding me still, I'm born to believe, and I'm certain, no, that you and I are crashing course, driven by a holy force, I know you can see. So he's been waiting, and he's been like kind of stuck in that position, and it's viciously reminding him that he's born to believe, and he's certain that him, and I'm assuming sleep in this context, are gonna crash into each other. They're destined for each other, and it's driven by a holy force that only she can see. Sleep can definitely see it because Sleep is also within that entity of existential plane. If you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm seeing what he's saying. He goes on to say, I know that you can see that you will be mine. Yeah, you will be mine. We balance fire in the earth we walk. Will never stop me reaching forth to see you again. With colors over all the wasted years, eternity will bring you near. I know you can see. I know you can see that you will be mine. Yeah, you will be mine. We balance fire in the earth we walk. What does that mean? We will never. I know we will never. Wait. Hold. Maybe I'm supposed to read it all in one sentence. We will be balanced fire in the earth we walk. Will never stop me reaching forth. No, that doesn't make any sense. Will never stop me reaching forth to see you again. That makes sense. Very straightforward. With colors over all the wasted years, eternity will bring you near. It makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time. Like, I think I get what he's saying. It's a very much like a yearning verse too. Like, I will do whatever I can to get to you. You will be mine. But the way he presents it is confusing. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm at. Somebody will help me out with those because I'm not too sure. It goes into the bridge and then back into verse 1. And then we hit the outro. Did you not say we were made for each other? Did you not say we were made for? Very, very straightforward. But a few questions for verse 2. We balance fire in the earth we walk. Yeah, I'm lost on that one. He's got me. I'm just Sheesh, I don't know what's going on there. Genuinely. I'm lost on that one. But everything else makes sense. This is just a song for yearning. No matter what happens, you will be mine. No matter how long it takes, even a whole eternity, you will be mine. Simple, easy, breezy, cover girl. Let's move on. So we're going into Like That. So we went from Atlantic, Hypnosis, Mine, Like That. Okay. Go.
Trapped under the surface of your.
Hold on now. Hold on. I didn't know you was like that. I didn't know you was like that. What do you mean? We grooving now, ladies and gentlemen. We are grooving. Oh, this group about to be crazy. Let's get it. Back to the beginning. Right from the start.
Trapped under the surface of your words. There is a new intention, new whispers that once could not be heard. Catching your intention, wait, talking with razors on your tongue, just to provoke my combat. New weapons to snap those final strings, just to watch me fall back. Do you like that? Do you like that? Push down into memory.
We in the pocket. We're in the pocket. We are in the pocket. That pocket is slick. Oh my goodness. That bass line is disgusting. The false drop, because he's false. There's a beat that he's landing on 1, 2, 3. He skips just the 4 and then he slides in that pocket just before the 1 comes back. Oh my god, crazy. And then of course now the drums are in, so now the drum is even further in the pocket. This groove is nasty. What are we doing here? And then he asks the question, you like that? Of course I fucking do. what the? Nah, that's crazy. What? Is that my favorite song? So far, that's my favorite song. Do I like that? I liked it so much I had to like it. What do you mean? That was disgusting. The pocket was filthy. The breakdown nasty. Ugh. Did I like that? Yes. Can I get more, please? Please, sir. May I have some more? What the? Oh my goodness. Like that. That's going straight to the playlist. What do you mean? Oh. Let's see what the lyrics are saying. Thank you, George. Gotta remember to thank George. You know, it's the unsung hero. Thank you, George, for producing such a beautiful, bloody song. My God. Alright. Verse 1 goes, trapped under the surface of your words, there is a new intention. Ooh! New intention alert! New attention alert! New intention behind these words. New whispers that once could not be heard. Catching your intention. Okay. Wait. Talking with razors on your tongue. Those are some spicy words. Those words are gonna hurt. You know, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words definitely will hurt you. Just to provoke my combat. New weapons to snap those final strings, just to watch me fall back. Bars. Bars. Shit. Okay. Let's talk your shit. Chorus. Do you like that? Yeah, I do. Do you like that? I did. I liked every second of that. I loved it when you asked me, do you like that? Because I did like that. And you know what I do when I like some shit? Man, I like that shit. That's some good shit. Verse 2. Push down into membranes and layers. So just the nitty gritty. I got you. Creating a slow dissection. I stumble into your tar trap. This is a sticky situation he's in. An addition to your collection. So the hypnosis, he's trapped in it. He's 100% trapped. But the way he's explaining it, it doesn't sound like it's a good thing to be trapped. Before, he reveled in it. He was relishing in the idea of being with this person, with being connected and trapped. But now, something's changed. There's a new intention. Something has alerted him that the words are razor cuts. They're blades. They're not actually in his best interest. So before we would say, oh, listen. Oh my God. Hold on. Epiphany alert. Up until now, he's been completely lulled into this idea of sleep and enjoying the kind of lullaby that he's been experiencing, falling into sleep. Damn, I'm spitting bars right now. Keep with me, okay? He has a near-death experience in Atlantic. He comes back, and then he sees all these people surrounding him. He's like, ah, shit, dog, my bad, broski. I didn't realize how bad the situation was until now. And now he's looking back and he's like, wait, maybe those words were not just skin deep. They cut. They're hitting the vessels. They're hitting the veins, cutting through the vessels. You know what I'm saying? But we keep going. Verse 3. Fall into your eyes like a grave. All that is inside, all your anger. Bury me to the sound of your name. All your disgust, all your resentment. Fall into your eyes like a grave. All your differences, all your pain. Bury me to the sound of your name. All your pain, all your pain. And it just repeats. It just repeats. And it goes back to, do you like that? I do. I do. This is great. This is a great fucking song. I like that 100%. This is a great song, man. Like that. Delicious. Nothing more to say. That was top tier. Best song. I don't care. Best song off the album. I'm only for it. I don't know, man. I don't know how you're gonna top that. That was crazy. Love the pocket, and the lyrics are like ringing on me right now. I don't know how they're gonna top that. Like that. Yeah. Okay. So we go from Atlantic Hypnosis, Mine, Like That, and now we're into The Love You Want. The Love You Want. That sounds familiar. Okay. Let's hear what The Love You Want sounds like. This video may be inappropriate for some users. I understand and wish to proceed. We're getting a warning on this? Concerning. A little hack and slashy. That's cool. Okay. The Love You Want. I think it's okay. I think we'll be fine. You know, if you're under the age of 18, you shouldn't be watching these videos anyway. They're restricted. So that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I already did my due diligence. Lock in, blood. The Love You Want.
You lying in circle on your own continuum. Now keep the freak show talk to a careful minimum. I'll find a different harbor to lay my anchor in. And you'll find a different way to keep from setting sail again. No, but I'm still full of the love you want, still waking up beneath it all, and I'm still full of the love you want. I'll reach for you, unafraid alone. Seems your heart is locked up, and I still get the combination wrong. Or are you simply waiting to save your love for someone I am not? Too many swallowed keys will make you bleed internally someday. Oh, maybe you believe that in the end you will be better off that way. And I'm still full of the love you want, still waking up beneath it all. And I'm still full of the love you want. I'll reach for you, unafraid alone.
Pause. Midway pause. Listen. Hearing that, okay? That big band energy. This needs an orchestra. Live performance. I'm talking 60 deep, maybe 80. 80 members in the orchestra. Low reverberation on the horns. The violins driving it in. And then a timpani, the big old drums. Doo-doo. As it just like rises. Oh my god, the string section, the cello's going crazy. And then the horns shouldn't be at the forefront. They should just be like kind of like heralding in the big crescendo into the drop. Bow, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously you get these ladies to come back, and they're on the side just like dancing it up. Oh wait, no, it'll be a top down situation. So you have the orchestra lower, lowering the set. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I'm stage directing right now. You got an orchestra in the basin, you know, in the bottom, and then you have the stage just above them, a little to the back, and then you have the dancers on the floor stage in the midsection, and then you have the actual band, Sleep Token, at the top, kind of like, and then you have like a backing light shining in. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody's like dancing, and these shadows are kind of like gracefully performing as he delivers such a angelic tone. Oh, am I not cooking right now? Yo, hire me. I'm kidding. Let's get back to it.
And I'm still full of the love you want. And I'm still full of the love you want. And I'm still full of the love you want. The love you want. The love you want. And I'm still full of the love you want.
Oh shit. Oh, we just got Star Wars. She just gave him the old you wish force. You thought you had that force. She just forced him into self-sabotage. That's crazy. Women empowerment, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, ladies, get it, because damn, he walked in there ready to cut them down. They were like, nah, we're like that. We got that power in us, kind of thing. Now I'm asking questions like, who are these ladies? Are they supernatural, or are they just super powered? I don't think we've seen anything like this before. We've seen rituals, somewhat like ritual-like stuff before. We've seen him in the church. We've seen him, well, not him specifically, but we've seen people getting it on. This is what it looked like in bed, kind of thing. But we haven't seen this action-esque sequence before. At least not in this context. So, in this universe, do the ladies have superpowers? What does this mean?
On your own continuum.
It restarted.
Now keep the freak show talk to a careful minimum.
I've been muted this entire time. Gosh, dang it. Okay, turns out I was muted this entire time. Let's run it back from the beginning. You lie an inch apart on your own continuum. Now keep the freak show talk to a careful minimum. W bars. I'll find a different harbor to lay my anchor in, and you'll find a different way to keep me from setting sail again. W bars. But I'm still full of the love you want. Still waking up beneath it all. And I'm still full of the love you want. I reach for you in faith alone. Now, here's what I'm thinking. This is where it gets kind of tricky. Here's what I'm thinking. It seems your heart is locked up and I still get the combination wrong. W bars. Or are you simply waiting to save your love for someone I am not? Too many swallowed keys will make you bleed internally someday. Maybe you believe that in the end, you will be better off that way. So now we have a situation. At the beginning here, verse 1, I thought, oh, so he does, because obviously and like that, he realizes there's some new intentions. So he's like, okay, I recognize maybe I was wrong about this whole situation, whether that is the relationship he has with himself or this sleep entity that he's been kind of chasing after for so long. And regardless of how far he tries to move away from whatever the situation is, he keeps getting pulled back in. He keeps getting stuck in this situation. Shout out Caramel. But verse 2 makes me think that there's some other things happening here. Because now he says, and he's asking the question, your heart is locked up and I don't have the key for it. So like, who is your heart waiting on? Because clearly I have the love you want. I still waking up beneath it all. But it is clearly not what you want from me specifically. Like, I have the love you want, but you don't want it from me. So now I'm thinking, like, is this a friend zone situation? Is this a glorified friend zone situation? I'm gonna put a pin in it because I don't think that's exactly what it is, but it sounds like it. It sounds like he's just been reading into this entire situation completely wrong for the last 3 albums. We get to album number 4, I think this is. Well, it's technically album number 2, but the EP is included. This is like the 4th project that he's put out, only for him to realize now he might just be friend zoned. Is that what this is? I would hate to think this is what kind of toxic relationship, because then I can't support that. You know what I'm saying? In the context, like, you've been deluding yourself. You've been delusional. And trust me, I get it. We've all been in the friend zone at some point. But that now makes me feel kind of bad for Sleep or whoever the target of your love is. Because here they are thinking, oh, we're friends. And then here you are thinking, we could be more than friends. The relationship has devolved. It's dissolved. It's changed. Either that, or she could have been leading him on this entire time, and then that makes her a terrible person. Either way, verse 2 makes me question the validity of everything that's come before this album. Like, how much of this is actually just a biased position versus what's the reality of the situation. But we're only getting this position, so we can only go based on what we've seen so far. I don't know anymore. But anyway, I'll try to unmute myself next time when I'm going off on what I'm talking about. I don't know how long I've been muted that entire time. Rookie mistake. But we learn from our mistakes. Moving on to Fall For Me. Damn. You know what's really interesting about all of these titles so far? Especially like Hypnosis, Mind, Like That, The Love You Want, Fall For Me. It just feels so like demanding. Up until this point, a lot of the songs have been very, very much like from a passive experience. I guess is the best way to say it. And really just recounting all of the history they've built up together. But now, in this album in particular, it feels like he's just telling them, fall for me. You're mine. Do you like that? I bet you like that. The love you want, I have it. You should be with me. It feels very demanding. But anyway, let's see what Fall For Me has going on here. I'm not ready. Let me get ready first, please. Here we go.
In a city of ice, there are burning cathedrals, turning the skies into glass. And through echoing futures are the buckling sutures that haunt at the wounds of the past. So won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? Through a fractured existence, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? From reality to the rhythm of eternity, won't you fall for me? My insecurities surround me like lions in the den, and I feel like I'm losing touch with what I am again. Slowly I remember why I cannot pretend that I never think of you in all this screaming silence. Oh God, I wish you were here. So
Mid-song check. The words that are flashing across the screen are kind of like pushing me to believe that I'm not entirely wrong about what's happening here. There's with the new intentions, like that is like the cornerstone, the pivot point of like, oh, something's not as it seems. I've been reading this situation way too long, and I don't want to do this anymore. But it's become the new normal. It's normal. It's normalized. His default setting is to constantly feel what he feels for sleep and chase her, and she likes the chase. She keeps constantly calling him over. She keeps beckoning him, like, hey, you should hang out with me. We should sleep together. This is clearly a type of love that I want, but he also recognizes he's not who she wants it from. So he doesn't want to do this anymore. Because he's everything she wants. But because it's him, it's just not going to work. Crazy story. Okay. So he doesn't want to do this anymore. He's trying to run away. He's trying to run.
won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? Through a fractured existence, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? From reality to the rhythm of eternity, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? With my love as your garden, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? From reality, I am yours in the end, so won't you fall for me?
The songs might not be in order. Not timeline wise. Timeline wise, and we've seen this before, the songs may not be in order. That is very, very possible that the songs themselves are, the story is telling is not necessarily in order, if this is the music video for this. Also, very bold to go just vocals, but well received. Let's look at the lyrics very quickly. I thought they were very straightforward, so I don't think that we would stay too long on this, but let's see what we got here. Thank you, George. In a city of ice, there are burning cathedrals, turning the skies into glass. And through echoing futures are the buckling suitors that hold shut the wounds of the past. Oh my God! Bars! Bars! Oh, yo, he should be a rapper, honestly. He should be a rapper. What do you mean? And through echoing futures are the buckling suitors that hold shut the wounds of the past? But bars! Holy moly! That's crazy. Yeah. The echoing futures, the different possibilities. There's so many different possibilities. Every time you make a choice, it echoes into a different possibility. They're futures. They're different futures. And they're buckling suitors that hold all the pain we choose from our choices and shuts the wounds of the past. That is top tier writing. Anyway, so you won't fall for me, won't you fall for me? Sorry, won't you fall for me, won't you fall for me? Through a fractured existence, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me from reality to the rhythm of eternity? Won't you fall for me? So now he's asking, is there a different reality, a different future where we can fall for each other? Where we can actually both love the way we want to be loved? Is there no possibility of that? That's a great yearning question. Love it. My insecurities surround me like lions in the den, and I feel like I'm losing touch with what I am again. Slowly, I remember why I cannot pretend that I can never think of you in all this screaming silence. This kind of goes back to what I said. Hold on. I think it was in Hypnosis. No, it's not. It's not Hypnosis. Was it Atlantic? Merry in the morning, earn your bitter fodder is easier try not to eat. This is kind of goes back to that, where he's just going through the motions of a mundane life, but in the back of his mind, he can't help but want to be wherever you are. Whatever you're doing, scream in this screaming silence. You know, you go to your 9 to 5, you file those paperwork day in, day out. It's just the same bullshit over and over again. But somewhere in the back of your mind, that person you know you want, the one you truly can't forget about, is just there. So then he asks again, won't you fall for me in any of these realities? Is there a reality where you and I are together? How can we make that this reality? How can we make that the one we're in right now? Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. My goodness. Okay. I think we covered that pretty well. Let's move on to the next one. Now we have Alkaline. Now I do have a reaction for Alkaline already out. So that was the very, very first time I ever listened to Alkaline. But now we're going to listen to Alkaline with this new context. Very, very much focused, less so much on the music itself, but what the story is being shown through this music video. So let's go through it. And start.
Every once in a while, something changes, and she's changing me. It's too late for water. There is something beneath. She's not acid nor alkaline, caught between black and white, not quite either day or night. She's perfectly misaligned. I'm caught up in her design and how it connects to mine. I see in a different light the objects of my desire.
Jump scare.
Ooh, let's talk about chemistry, 'cause I'm dying to melt through to the heart of her molecules, till the particles part like holy water. If anything, she's an undiscovered element, either born in hell or heaven sent. Either way, I'm into it. I'm seeing no alkaline, caught between black and white, not quite either day or night. She's perfectly misaligned. I'm caught up in her design and how it connects to mine. I see it a different light. The object of my desire, not acid nor alkaline, caught between black and white, not quite either day or night. She's perfectly misaligned. I'm caught up in her design and how it connects to mine. I see it a different light. The object of my desire.
Did he learn from those ladies? After all those times of repeatedly fighting them, did he learn the force from those ladies? Did he? Is that where he gets those Star Wars powers from? He learned a new skill unlocked. Force manipulation. Now this song just makes so much more sense than it did before. Once again, drums going crazy, shout out to, but the lyrics just make so much more sense now. This is his new outlook, his new interpretation of sleep. He's now seeing her in a new light, and even though he's still infatuated with her, he's a lot more aware of what kind of entity she is. So he's literally just describing her now. He's describing exactly what she truly is at this point in time from his perspective. So let's look at the lyrics. We gotta give thanks to George one more time. Shout out George. It goes, every once in a while something changes, and she's changing me. It's too late for me now. I'm altered. There is something beneath. We've been talking about that this entire video. She's not acid nor alkaline. She's kind of a gray area. She's caught between black and white. Not quite either day or night. She's perfectly misaligned. I love that. I think I said that the first time too. I love that writing of her. I'm caught up in her design and how it connects to mine. I see in a different light. And see, now that has a different meaning entirely now than what I thought the first time I listened to this song. The objects of my desire. Oh, let's talk about chemistry. Oh, let's talk about chemistry. I love that line. I love how he delivers that line. Because I'm dying to melt through to the hearts of her molecule. Oh, shit. Bars. Till the particles part like holy water. If anything, she's an undiscovered element, either born in hell or heaven sent. Either way, I'm into it. W. Writing. Love that. Very, very straightforward, but the way it's presented, very beautiful. So she, once again, he goes back to the chemical lines. She's not acid nor alkaline, caught between black or white, not quite either day or night, perfectly misaligned, caught up in her design, connects to his, sees in a different light, objects of desire, and it just repeats one more time. Great song, beautiful writing. The music video has nothing to do with anything else, honestly, but it does kind of make me question if he learned that force manipulation from the ladies he was fighting in what appears to be a dream world. Now I'm thinking it might be a dream world based on, you know, context. Who knows? Who knows? But very, very cool. Very, very cool. Let's keep it moving though. Let's keep it moving. Next up we got Distraction. All right, we're already halfway through the album. Wow, this is going a lot faster than I remember. Okay, Distraction. Actually, that's not true at all. It's not going that fast at all. I'm just losing track of time because I'm so excited about this. This album is so cool from like a music standpoint, obviously, but from like a narrative standpoint as well. It is so cool, everything that's happening in this album, and I'm just like gushing over it the entire time. I'm having so much fun with this. Okay, so let's see what Distraction sounds like.
And I know I can tell I'm falling further again, but I won't turn away. It's far too late for me. 'Cause I am broken into fractions. Oh, and I am driven to distraction.
Okay.
When days away, she is not like any other.
Okay, mid song. This is a very cinematic piece. This gives cinematic montage, high stakes moment. The bomb's about to go off. And this is the calm within the storm. This is very much cinema. Oh. So this is a cinematic piece within the album, Distraction. Okay. Let's see what they got here from George, the producer. Okay. Oh, and I know. I can tell I'm falling further again, but I won't turn away. It's too far too late for me. Oh, sorry, it's far too late for me. Because I am broken into fractions. Oh, and I am driven to distraction. That's when I was like, oh, is that what you're calling her now? And I swear she's not like any other. No, something more than I could ask for. It's too late for me. Because I am broken into fractions. When I'm driven to distraction. With each and every interaction, I'm driven to distraction. And now it seems like he's being hypnotized again. A lot of repetitive words, a lot of just like, you know, just a lull. Very cinematic, like I was saying. Poor boy can't get away, man. The distraction is too strong. Too strong. Very, very straightforward, and not much to really like dive too deep into. This is bro is just drowning in the sauce right now. He's sauced up right now. Poor kid. It is what it is, though. That we can't all escape. Some of us are just stuck until we either end or we make it out. But let's see what descending is like. He's fallen. Sorry, hold on. He got stuck, fell, seems to like it, and now he's like, yeah, we gotta go even further. So this one is descending.
discover you can't recall my name. And I wanna let you
Pause. I kind of got enveloped in this very it's like a mixture of cinematic and atmospheric. Very much feels like, instead of drowning in water, it feels muddy, if you get what I mean. It feels more muddy. Even the sound itself is very much distorted in a way that everything just feels like you're drowning, you're like quicksand kind of thing. Am I the only one that's like finding himself kind of like gasping for air while listening to this? Yeah, this one's very muddy. That's the best description I have for it. Is it's not drowning, it's more like choking. I love the synth though. Pretty cool. Love that texture. Yeah, lots of texture in that one. I think muddy is the best way to describe it too. Interesting. Now, just now I was so enthralled by like the atmosphere of it all, I didn't really even like hear what he was saying in the lyrics. It just felt like I was being gently taken away. So let's see what the lyrics are actually saying. Give it a bit more context. Thank you, George. Just take it all. for nothing again. Create, release. She just don't feel the same. I asked and you answered, but you eat your words in frame. At last, discover you can't recall my name. Well, he's changed. We know this, he's changed. So maybe his name doesn't actually describe who he is anymore. Maybe he has to go by a different name. Until I let you fall away, I've been left no choice. Don't you see that? You come crawling back to me, but I'm already on the ground. And we all know that talk is cheap. So come on and save me now. And you wonder what I believe, but you don't want to be around. So what would you do for me? Yeah, what would you do for me? Okay, I don't quite understand that. I get this part. That she keeps coming back to him. And we all know that talk is cheap. So do something. Don't just say it, do something. And you wonder what I believe, but you don't want to be around. You wonder about what I believe, but you're too scared to find out. Okay, I understand that now. So what would you do for me? I won't repeat what I've said beforehand. My love withers and it chokes in perfect awe. Remember I was telling you that I feel like I was choking? Oh man. I'm so locked in on this song right now. Why don't you just say what you want? Why don't you just say what you wanted to say for once? Till I let you fall away. I've been left no choice. Don't you see that? You come crawling back to me. I'm already on the ground. It just repeats itself. Okay. This is interesting. You can't recall my name. Yeah, man. Pretty straightforward. I think so. Pretty straightforward. I think this album in particular, very, very on the nose. Is the best way to say it. There's no need for me to really like go too deep into the analysis because a lot of it is very, very straightforward, and it's just kind of reverberating the previous point. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's see. What Telomeres? Telomeres? Is that Spanish? Greek? What is this? Who is it? Is it a god? What is this? What does it mean? Let me know, please. Also, the other thing about this album, the songs are very long. I think you're looking at an average of like 4 minutes 15 seconds ish. The shortest song being what? 2:28, Fall For Me. And Fall For Me is more like a hook than it is a song. That was the one that was just mostly vocals. Nah, not much else, but just vocals. So outside of that, I'd say the average song here is like 4 minutes 15 seconds ish. And this is one of the longer songs. The longest being 5 minutes and 37 seconds by Hypnosis. Interesting. Okay, let's take a listen.
You guide me to safety and silence. As you breathe
Okay, it starts off just like the last one, very much like, you know, drowning. This one more so feels like he's reached nirvana, and then obviously the drop. So it's very much in the beginning just like, oh, he's found peace with the fact that he's now buried, essentially. He's found peace with it being muddy and essentially no more air kind of thing. But at the same time, now with the break, the drums adding in the drop, it feels more like a cocoon than anything else. Like he's about to break free kind of thing, which is cool, man. Which is cool. We'll see in the lyrics if that checks out, but that's just how I'm feeling listening to the general vibe of the song. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, it's great though. Oh man. See, that's not Nirvana again. Oh, interesting. Telomeres. All right, what were they saying in this song? Thank you, George. You guide me in to safety and silence. As you breathe me out, I drink you in. Okay, still giving that friend zone vibe. And we go beyond the farthest reaches, where the light bends and wraps beneath us. And I know as you collapse into me, this is the start of something. Okay. Rivers and oceans we could beckon. No, your eyes and your limbs are instruments to pick apart the distance within. Huh? Let the tides carry you back to me, the past, the future. Through death, my arms are open. We go beyond the farthest reaches, where the light bends and wraps beneath us. And I know as you collapse into me, this is the start of something new. Because I know I heard him say something new when I was listening to it before, but he doesn't say it the first time. This is just the start of something. But down here is the start of something new. So something's changed between them significantly. Did he finally convince her? Was that what the cocoon situation was? The past and the future, that's a reference to the previous song where he was asking if there was any timeline in which they actually work out. So they've made it beyond where the light bends beyond the furthest reaches. They've made it to the end. Is that what it took through death for them to commit to each other? Is that what it took? You had to die for her to commit to him? Interesting. That one's a lot more open-ended. I'm not too sure where, and it's not the conclusion of the album, so I don't know, like, what's the definitive conclusion for that particular song. I don't even, maybe if I knew what let's just find out. What does telomeres mean? So telomeres are protective, repetitive DNA sequences located at the tips of eukaryotic chromosomes, functioning like plastic aglets or shoelaces to prevent chromosome fraying, sticking, or degradation. They maintain genetic stability during cell division, but shorten each time a cell replicates, serving as a molecular clock for cellular aging. So these telomeres, or however you pronounce them, is basically a clock indicating how old a cell is. They keep, this is another, like, interesting. Damn, was this guy a chemistry major? This entire album is just a chemistry class. Chemistry, was he into the sciences? Chemistry, biophysics? Like, this guy's, wow. I just learned something. Fascinating. Fascinating. Okay, so we've been through the Atlantic. We got hypnotized. I became his. And I did like that. I got the love I wanted. And I did fall for you. Alkaline. Now the song is called Alkaline. It's not called Acid or Alkaline. It's not called Gray Area. It is called Alkaline. But he refers to her as neither acid or alkaline. So why is it called Alkaline? Is he the alkaline? And she's just something, she's a different chemical that's having a bad reaction to him? But beyond that, she's a distraction. And so far, he's been descending. But funny enough, they're still keeping it together via telomeres. So even if they fall apart, degrade a little, or whatever, something is just holding them together. That telomeres. The telomeres are keeping them together. I'm gonna say telomeres from now on. That sounds more English than anything else. I was thinking it's Spanish, you know, for the longest time, but it might be actually just English, but just weird. So those telomeres are keeping them together as we go through the high water. So let's see what high water has in store for us.
For the time being, I will still avoid my own questions, and we both you know I can hold my breath forever. For the time being, you are still a person. For the time being, I will still avoid my own questions, and we both bury that history deep. But you know I can hold my breath forever. For the time being, you are still a perfect reminder of what all of these scars on my arms are for. If I can hold myself together, and I throw myself on sacred paper, waiting on some holy favor, basking in the solace of regret. And it seems my hell is your high water. Wash me clean again before I pull myself beneath the waves. When the month of infinity buries its teeth in me, I'll smile through the agony for you. And I know you still bear the weight of your own existence, and you'll never bear the weight of two. And I throw myself on sacred paper, waiting on some holy favor, basking in the solace of regret. And it seems my hell is your high water. Wash me clean again before I pull myself beneath the waves. For the time being, I will admit my defeat again. I will accept that I can't pretend we will ever be together.
Wow. Oh, wow. High Water. That's a good follow-up to Telomeres, man. It's the same, like, Distraction, Descending, Telomeres, High Water. Well, that's a great back to back to back to back to back. Very, very much a great way to kind of like keep that general vibe of like winding down, drowning, you know, but you know, the waves are still crashing around you kind of thing. I like it. Oh, let's see what High Water got to say. Thank you, George. Here we go. For the time being, I will still avoid my own questions, and we both bury that history deep. But you know I can hold my breath forever. For the time being, you are still a perfect reminder of what all of these scars on my arms are for. If I can hold myself together. That's concerning. That's concerning. All the scars on my arms are for, that's concerning. And I choke myself on sacred vapor. Smoke or two, that's cool. A little spliff. Say less. Waiting on some holy favor. Basking in the solace of regret. And it seems my hell is your high water. Wash me clean again before I pull myself beneath the waves. Shout out to Wave Collective. When the mouth of infinity buries its teeth in me, I'll smile through the agony for you. Is he going through a black hole? And I know you still bear the weight of your own existence. And you'll bear the weight of two. Is she pregnant? And I choke myself on sacred vapor, waiting on some holy favor, basking in the solace of regret. And it seems my hell is your high water. Wash me clean again before I pull myself beneath the waves. For the time being, I will admit my defeat again. I will accept that I can't pretend we will ever be together. But bro, she's pregnant. She's pregnant, bro. You gotta go back. Don't be a deadbeat dad. I'm kidding. I don't think that's what he's talking about. But anyway, I think so. More so, she will bear the weight of loss. She bears the weight of her own existence, and then she'll have to bear the weight of his being gone. So wash him clean before he goes, because he will admit defeat again. And much like that one video, he might resurrect again. But he's accepting that he can't pretend they will ever be together. Wow. Are they breaking up? It sounds like they're breaking up. Is High Water a breakup song? He just gets high and tries to forget it all? That's what it sounds like. He's just getting high and forgetting about everything. He's just letting it go. Are they finally breaking up? I don't know if to congratulate him or if I should feel sorry for him. But anyway, that was the penultimate song, and now we're at the final song, Missing Limbs. Let's see how they wrap up this album. Acoustic, okay.
Just to let me know, if nowadays the outer realms of heaven don't keep up on the charm offensive anymore, failing to remind you what you're living for. Now I'd give anything to borrow your indifference. I'd drink you in to temper your belief in all my promises, to swallow my desire and choke on it. 'Cause it still makes my blood run cold to remember what they did before. The stories that you never told to me. Oh, but worry not, the blessings rain like battles in the heavens lost. And more polite advances won't last for long. The eager apprehension is wearing off.
That is a loud ass piano. Why is the piano so loud compared to everything else? That's obviously an artistic choice, but that's why I'm asking. What? And I'm only just realizing, I think each and every song on the visualizer has a number of like the depth of how far he's been droning. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was so enthralled by everything else, but that's so interesting. So right now he's almost 1,100 meters down, 11,000 meters down beneath the surface. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But this song in particular, I was going for a very, very acoustic vibe, and for the quote unquote drop, the change, the path they're taking for the music, they're bringing this very common piano that they've used throughout the album, but it's so much louder than everything else, almost like ringing in your ears kind of thing.
I'd give anything to balance your conviction with certainty, to fall asleep without you lying next to me, to sever my connection with everything.
Definitely a breakup.
'Cause it still makes my blood run cold to remember what I did before. The stories that you never told to me. And it still makes my blood run thin to remember what you are to him. And I live like I've got missing limbs for you.
To him? To him? To him? Who is he? Who is he? Him? Who's him? Who is he? Who's him? Who are we talking about? What are we talking about? Who? Him? Is this the first time they've mentioned him? Who's him? Hold on. Thank you, George. Lyrics. Just let me know if nowadays the outer rounds of heaven don't keep up on the charm offensive anymore, failing to remind you what you're living for. And I'd give anything to borrow your indifference. I'd drink you in, to temper your belief in all my promises, to swallow my desire and choke on it. A lot of very prominent themes in this album is drowning, choking, and drinking. Anyway, because it still makes my blood run cold to remember what they did before, the stories you never told. Okay? Oh bird, worry not. The blessings rain on battles in the heavens' arms, and my polite advances won't last for long. The eager apprehension is wearing off. I'd give anything to balance your conviction with certainty, to fall asleep without you lying next to me, to sever my connection with everything. Up until this point, I'm with him. I'm like, okay, he's going through a breakup, and this is like him experiencing all the turmoil that comes with it, the grief, the regret, the emptiness, the solace you have to just live with yourself kind of thing. But then we get to this final chorus, and it says, "'Cause it still makes my blood run cold to remember what they did before, the stories that you never told me, and it still makes my blood run thin," which is different. This is different. "To remember what you are to him, and I live like I've got missing limbs for you." Who is him? Who is he? Who are we talking about? My memory is not that great, but I would have remembered if there was another him in the picture. So who's he? Who are we talking about? Because up until this point, he's been mentioning how she is everything she wants. He is everything she wants in a person, but just not him. So there was somebody else already in the picture. Is that what's happening? Was he being led around like a puppy dog while she was shacking up with somebody else? Hold on. Or was this just the friend zone situation where he was misreading everything that was happening? She thought of him as like a friend or a brother, and he just like went off the wall with it. What is happening? So many questions, not enough answers. What does he mean? Who is him? What does he mean to her? That just pissed me off. Damn. Now I'm confused. I thought we were just wrapping up the album with like, you know, a post-relationship confession. He's finally out of the darkness. Well, I don't know if he's out of darkness. I think he just dove deeper into the darkness, but it's a different type of darkness. It's one where he understands that he was in a really shitty relationship, and he's trying his best to mourn that relationship and move on with his life. Fortunately, thanks to Atlantic, we do understand he has people there for him who have been eagerly waiting for him to get out of the fucking sea. But who is him? What is the relationship like? So many questions. But anyway, I know somebody in the comments will help me out. But until then, thank you so much for watching me get through this album. What a roller coaster it was. Fantastic music, top to bottom. Lots of takeaways, story-wise. Oh, man. Can't wait to get to the next one. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know exactly what you thought of this album. What's your favorite song off the album? Mine is Like That. For sure. Like That. Top tier song. Loved every second of it. Loved the story behind it. Well, sorry, the story within it. I don't know what the behind the scenes of it is yet. But fantastic song off of this great album. Oh, man. The themes were very, very consistent in this album. Oh, anyway. Make sure you check us out over on twitch.tv/The Wave Collective, as well as all of our socials. And check us out, and you can join our Discord down below. Just one click of a button. That way you know when we go live and any other updates we have coming out. But until then, please stay safe, stay up, and stay blessed, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Man, what a great day to worship.